Hey folks, badger poo does vary depending on its diet, okay? That's fairly dry and it's fairly clumpy, almost like a jumbo sausage, okay? But there are areas that badgers feed on a lot more fruit, and they'll eat like bramble and stuff like that, you know, the fruits on a bramble, and that makes their poo much more runny. It's almost like tar. And they'll use something called what we call badger latrines, and they'll just operate latrine areas in given radiuses from their set where they live, and they'll go there on a regular basis, and they normally make a scrape in the ground and then poo in that latrine all the time. It's a territorial thing, it marks their territory as well. If there's no competition from other badgers, then we found yesterday, we were just doing it everywhere, weren't they? Everywhere we stood there was just badger poo all over the place. So yeah, but it does, once it's runny and tarry, it's well, you don't want to pick that stuff up because it'll not wash off. I think it wears off after about 3 months. Do you know what kind of field vole maybe go in there? And the only reason I know that is because this year we did a little mammal trapping survey along here.
It might be a field mouse.
It might be a field mouse, yeah. But we actually trapped along here. We've got a survey going on here this year, guys, with a student from Plymouth University. And as part of her dissertation, she's doing mammal density populations on the site here. And we did a presence or absence trap earlier on, and we found bank voles, field voles, shrews and wood mice. So it's a really good site for small mammals. So, but these little burrows are generally caused by voles, field voles, and in snow and stuff like that you can sometimes see the actual holes in the surface of snow as opposed to the actual vegetation itself. They don't live underground, but what they'll do is they'll burrow into the vegetation and move through the vegetation, creating their own tunnels. In particular out on pasture where the sheep graze out there, there's like lots of big clumps of grass, and these voles will get into them clumps of grass, and you can see lots of tunnels, and you think, well, what's that? Most people think they're mole tunnels. They're not. They're normally vole tunnels as opposed to mole tunnels.
They're so fine, the little bones, aren't
they?
They
are, yeah.
Put your
Fur
for a
in here.
sock.
This is vole fur. Is this field vole fur?
Jump.
Definitely.
Because of the colour,
yeah,
length,
yeah.
texture.
Yeah, well, it's just the colour, really.
Oh.
I thought you were doing.
So this is probably another buzzard.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
A buzzard, would the buzzard eat beetles?
The buzzard will eat beetles as well. Yeah, but I mean, the last one we looked at, the pellet was a lot smaller than this, and I mean, I've pulled it apart now, but I suspect that was quite a decent sized pellet. Was it?
Yeah, well, it was about that big, probably.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It's just these little yellow teeth that are
I know,
amazing.
yeah.
Pointing out the side.